Though God is sovereign, he also does no damage to the liberty of the creature. As human beings in particular, we are made after God's own image. God has a will to execute. Now, my will prior to the new birth will only ever choose to do that which is sin because that's my nature. The will is bound by the nature. But as human beings made in God's image, we have a free will, as it were, to execute. God doesn't robotically control us as puppets, yet at the same time, God is sovereign over creation. And perhaps expanding on that, nothing happens outside his sovereign dominion. He is never the author of sin. He's not the author of sin. Yet nothing happens without him either causing it directly or permitting/suffering it to exist. So everything that occurs in creation passes by the throne of God, and God permits it or suffers it to be. And I use that word suffer intentionally. God is never pleased with sin. He's not pleased with the depraved acts of men, but at the same time, he suffers certain things to be. He is in control, as it were, because he is sovereign. Now, a great passage that teaches that is the book of Daniel, chapter 4, and verse 35. Daniel 4:35 says, "All the inhabitants of the earth are reputed as nothing, and he, that is God, doeth according to his will in the army of heaven and among the inhabitants of the earth, and none can stay his hand or say unto him, What doest thou?" That is expressing God's sovereignty. And what's so amazing about that passage, that was actually spoken by Nebuchadnezzar, the king, the ruler of the world's superpower of the time, the empire Babylon, the Babylonian Empire, after God had humbled him and sent him out into the wild to live as a wild beast for a period of time. God humbled him because he was too big, as it were, for his britches, and he had learned a thing or two about God's sovereignty.